If you think this is the most competitive laser rangefinder on the market right now at the price point, you would be probably wrong. Recently, I had the opportunity to take a look at one of these. Inkerma sent this out to the channel, and I wanted to do a quick test earlier today at 600-ish yards on a few different targets, and I wanted to do a comparison against the Vortex Diamondback. So here is the Inkerma, and they are not the same. There are some significant differences. For example, this is a 6X rechargeable, and the Vortex is not rechargeable. It's battery operated, and this is an 8X, and I'm pretty happy with this. I've used it out past a mile. I think I used it out to 2,000 yards actually on a shiny target. So this is impressive. I've seen some good numbers with it. It does have an ARCA plate compatibility. Underneath has a pocket clip, which is cool. And it's that Vortex name that a lot of people know and some of us like. But Inkerma did something interesting, and it kind of caught my attention. They sent this out to the channel, and they didn't ask for a review. They didn't ask for one. What they did ask was for me to take a look at it and see if it functioned well, if I agreed that it functioned well, if I liked the footprint and the concept behind this device. And yes, I do, which is why I'm now making a video on it, even though they didn't ask for one. I think this is pretty neat. I noticed that the numbers, in comparison, on the same 2/3 IPSC target down there in the shadow at 627 yards, I got the same read on both of these. And this is probably the most price-efficient laser rangefinder on the market. And it's different. It has a few functions that I like about it better, actually. So starting off, the diopter side here works well. It's an easy, quick adjustment. It's non-locking, and that doesn't matter to me at all. This is cheap, guys. It's basically the most affordable one you're going to find on Amazon or anywhere else. I don't mind that it doesn't have a locking diopter. That's not a big deal because it's a very quick adjustment to make, and it pretty much sets still after you kind of find the distance that you need or the clarity that you need for the distance. So pretty happy with that. And then the fact that it's rechargeable. I just like rechargeable stuff nowadays. This is kind of my speed. It's a little easier to use sometimes. Sometimes finding those batteries for the Vortex is a little frustrating. Not everybody has them, and so they're expensive when I do find them, and they tend to die on me quicker than I want in the cold. And if I'm using a laser rangefinder a lot, I like the 8X, but 6X is usually enough to laser a target. This one has a little bit more of a unique reticle, which I'm going to attempt to show you in a little bit. Stability-wise, I do need to rest it on a bag when I use it, but that's really not that hard. I can throw up a bag on the tripod that I'm using to film right now and set it up, or I can lay on the ground and laser rangefind that way. I can use a backpack and hug a backpack and put it down in the middle. I can use a tree branch. There's a lot of different ways to use a laser rangefinder that don't include an ARCA footprint. Not to mention, Sunway Photo makes a clamp that I'm pretty sure I can clamp around this and ARCA in from there. So there's a lot of solutions that I found on how I could just make this more versatile. It is very, very affordable. The glass is probably a little bit inferior to that Vortex, but honestly, not much. The Vortex, I've never been impressed with the glass quality in the Diamondback series across the board, whether it's their optics or scopes, binoculars, the laser rangefinder. I just don't think the glass is good. I think it's very subpar, even at the price point. Even if the functionality is good of the products, I just don't think the glass is any better, not much better, I should say, versus this Inkerma. And this is crazy affordable. The reticle design in this is a little bit fat, and so it's great for close-up targets. If I was going to laser range find, let's go right here in front of me to my vehicle. Got 17.9 yards. It gives me a little buzz when I actually hit that target. Okay, let's go back again. $18.0 on the Vortex, 17.9 on the Inkerma, and I'm hitting the same spot handle on my vehicle. One thing I'll say about the Vortex that's always bothered me is that I find that at closer distances, like 50 yards and in, this tends to have a lot of error. And that could be laser calibration, could be reflectiveness and laser calibration and distance and just the way that this is receiving the signal. I think this actually is more accurate at closer distances, but I noticed it's the same. And I've laser rangefind a few different targets here at 627 or right around there, and I was getting the same numbers there. So reliability is quite high for this, and it's crazy affordable. So I'm looking at this going, well, what makes this so much more worthwhile? Maybe warranty, perhaps. Honestly, at the price, if people are looking for a decent laser rangefinder and you don't want to break the bank, I'm already going to start pushing you towards this. I think this is great, unless you need to go a bit further. I haven't tested that yet. I'm not 100% sure, and I will report back about that. If you want to change things about the reticle and the way that the units are measured in your manual, it comes with the manual. It's going to tell you about that. It comes with your charging cable, kind of a decent little box, and a lanyard, a wrist lanyard in there. I'll probably neck carry this if I go hunting this next season because it gets real cold. Normally I kill batteries and other things, but this will not die as quickly, I don't believe. And then it's rechargeable, so it's easy for me just to grab a charging cable and charge it up while I'm inside. Things recharge so much faster nowadays anyways, but I'm pretty happy with this. The buttons, the function buttons on top, it's really simplistic, but for those of us who are trying to get into hunting and long range, and you just don't need all of the other features that the Vortex might come with, you could save a couple $100 and go with this.